It's time for the Geeks and Gamers Daily with Jeremy and Drunk 3PO coming every Wednesday.
Who unmuted you? Who unmuted you? Why were you not muted?
That's awesome, man. Look at everybody's all excited now. Look at that. That's just what the intro needed. Look at that. AJ Knight. The new intro is good.
Look
Come
at the
on,
chat.
man.
Look at
Come
the
on.
chat. The chat's going crazy. The chat loves when Drunk 3PO sings the intro. The Geeks and Gamers Daily in the morning. Hi, Drunk 3PO. How are
Hey.
you? Jay is takeover.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good day, man. Today's a great day. I got a lot of personal cool stuff going on. Um, I have in my hand the completed Achromatic Chronicles 2 book that will be going to the artist in just like 2 weeks. So that's like super exciting. Disney is Disney has had a big L today, and I can't wait to talk about that on top of like raising their prices. So it's pretty wild that all this stuff is happening. So, but no, it's good day, man. We had a lot of wins last night on Fortnite.
I'm glad we had him on Fortnite because when I switched over to Titanfall, we're getting fucking wrecked. Holy crap, man. The sweaties were on Titanfall last night. I mean, big time. It was brutal. But we had a lot of fun on Fortnite last night. We'll be playing Titanfall tonight. And for our members Thursday, it's Halo Master Chief Collection. I can't wait to play some Halo. It's been a while. Since I played Halo. So I'm looking forward to that.
Never played.
Never.
I never had an Xbox ever. It was it's like I always had the Nintendo system. That was always first. Everyone that came out, I always had. I wish I still had the Wii. That I don't know why the Wii, the game, man. Don't get me going.
Jay,
and PlayStation.
You have to play through the Halo campaigns. And I think because of some changes we're going to be making, there's an opportunity for maybe you to do that part of a daily stream.
I got to get my Titanfall together too. Dude. Also, this comment is hilarious. Yeah, this is another thing that's going around. Did you know the Galactic Starcruiser has a support group where people that are sad that it closed down that went there, and they don't call the ship the Halcyon, they call it the Lady H. Was so special to me. So they're writing poems, and sadly, I tried to get in the private group and I was rejected. I just wanted to see what people were saying. I told them, I was like, I promise I won't make. I wouldn't make a video like on people's personal stuff, but it was pretty good entertainment in there. But I'm just like, I have never seen like this is. I think in all my years, that's the craziest thing that I've ever witnessed. This Galactic Starcruiser, from like cult following to now support groups where people like people are sending me screenshots of it, and they're like, one person was like, I woke up and I prayed to any god out there that somehow Disney would reopen it so I could go back one more time. I'm just like, don't y'all have like other stuff to do in life? Jeez, things close all the time. Listen, when Toys R Us closed, yeah, did I feel it here a little bit? I did. But you know what? I just kept on moving, man.
Yeah.
I just kept on moving.
That is so.
Look, everybody's like, what's the name of the group? Let me join. You got to show. I think you have to show that you were there. I think. But I'll talk to you about it, Steph. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. That is pathetic. But I mean, what do you expect from all these weirdos that are fake obsessed with Star Wars just because it can get them clout and attention? Holy
It's crazy.
Crap.
It's crazy. And then like on top of the stuff that Disney's doing, today, it's just to me, it's like, it's just comedy, because I know anybody else who runs a business like this, it just would be done and out and finished and whatever. But I don't know. It's a mess, man. It's a mess. Like today, I know we're gonna talk about like Aquaman stuff, which is hilarious. Breaking news: the Daredevil show got axed, but now they're like rebooting it.
They got rid of the whole creative team. They got rid of the whole creative team behind it.
Yeah, and then Disney raises their ticket prices and parking prices, while Universal gets a special district. It's like I'm dying,
there's this
man.
whole deal with the train, right?
Yeah. So like it's almost like, where do we begin, chat?
I know. Where do we begin? Chat, it's up to you where we start. But we will knock out a couple of super chats. Ryan's weird rabbit hole. Last night, everyone was like, Krista, no. Oh, it's the no.
Yeah.
No. Chernobog says, please play F&D Films Celery next time Jay eats some. Jay?
Yeah, you guys remind me in the chat. I don't realize like my mouth is right up when I'm crunching on celery sticks. Trying to eat healthy, trying to lose a few lbs. I'm still on that COVID weight. That's what I'll call it for the next 25 years. But holy crap!
Ellie Reen dropped 10 gifted memberships, getting the party started. You know what? I noticed that you guys really like when Jay is on these streams. I don't know what it is about Jay. I don't know what it is about Jay. Tim P with a member messages. Please check out the Ahsoka 86 TV intro by is it Arrow Knots? It's absolutely amazing. An improvement over the Disney shite 199. Weird Man Productions says voice of an angel. Yeah, I actually got a text from Dan Vask, and he says, please do not let Jay sing again because it hurts my subs, because people are unsubbing to me to sub to him because he's such a glorious singer. So
still looking for him.
So Jay, can you please not sing until Dan at least finishes his competition with Gary? You're hurting his chances to defeat Gary. So see if you can find that trailer, the Ahsoka 86 trailer, Jay. So we can
there's no way. I don't think we could play it live.
Oh, we can't. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It is cool. I do recommend everyone looking it up if you like that. Like, they try to do like the nostalgia like 80s theme. So, but
the music
I think I played it. Yeah. I think I played a lot because the music that they have in there. So, but it is pretty cool. I have seen it.
Jay's milkshake brought me to the yard for $1. Jay's saggy orangutan titties. Why are you Jay? You are Jay. Why are you Jay? Truck driving gamer. Hail the 199, and all hail the what is this?
Glaive? The real BBC played it. All right, let me.
Oh, did they? Okay. Ellie Reen, there's 10. Jay Saki orangutan titties. There's a Skyrim mod that turns dragons, horses, etc. into Tommy Wiseau. Do with that what you will. And then Tobias says, as much as we furs are weird and cringe, we really seem to be getting more normal by comparison with these insane fan bases and their coach. Yeah, 100%. All right,
I have it whenever.
Yeah. You got it? All right, here we go. So Ahsoka 1986.
Kano, mystical Jedi warrior, trained to be a child soldier by the master of evil. She must learn to walk her own path while maintaining order in the galaxy.
That's pure 80s, man.
I want to see this.
Ahsoka, a Jedi who fights against the forces of darkness using her twin lightsabers and incredible never-before-seen abilities. Water breathing, whale song, and quick change.
Quick change!
That's so good. Pause it. Like, so, just, we got to pause it maybe, 2 or 3 times throughout it. But, like, the 80s vibe is unmatched, dude. Like,
yeah, it's pretty
unmatched. Cool. And you go back and watch a lot of those, like the trailers from back in the day, and it does give you such a different vibe. You know what I mean? And like everything is like overly like ridiculous now. But those 80s trailers are next level. All right, keep going.
Oh, dude, I love. They did this to like I think Lord of the Rings and a few others as
well.
well.
Yeah, they've done it to it.
They did these 80s pretty good.
And they journey into the unknown. Sabine, Mandalorian warrior, explosives expert, hopeless Jedi,
Hopeless Jedi.
street artist. Hera, a pilot with the heart of a pilot, who is always dressed to pilot. And Huyang, Ahsoka's faithful servant, a 25,000-year-old robot that possesses more knowledge and experience than any other living being in the entire galaxy.
And that's the truth. That's what's even better.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Possibly the most valuable relic in all of existence. He is now responsible for ship maintenance.
So good, man. Good
I
vibes.
know, man. It's awesome.
With the
Tell me
threat
when
of
you
a
want me
new
to pause
Star
it.
War looming over them, they wrestle against the intangible genius of Grand Admiral Thrawn and his supernatural minions. It's a race to save one of the last Jedis, as one of the last Jedis is hunted by the last remnants of the Jedis. They must learn to put aside their differences.
That's so funny.
Reconcile with their pasts, and risk it all to find a long-lost ally who may or may not be able to help them. But hope always remains in Ahsoka.
That's really good. That's really good. Hell yeah. Who's the let's see
That's
the channel real quick so I can credit the channel one more time. Just go out of full screen. So there's the channel right there. We can link it. If anybody wants to, any of the mods want to grab that and drop the link so everybody can go check it out. That's good stuff right there. Jay, I got to sneeze.
Okay.
All right, we're back. All right, there we go. That was a good save right there. You couldn't get me on that one, Hailstorm. Yeah, that was really good, though.
Yeah, I like that whole 80s.
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot on this channel, so he does that over and over. I'm pretty sure he probably uses non-copyright music just because he knows a lot of people are gonna watch it. If that's kind of like his thing.
Yeah, we didn't get hit for anything, at least as of now. So we'll see. Ryan's Weird Rabbit Hole says, Jay, no. Rob Morgan says, Jay gives us faith in humanity. But besides that, he makes me feel better about myself by lowering the bar for everyone.
I'm glad.
Oh man, do I have no mods here this morning? Holy shit, Cam. Oh, you know why? Because Cam Man and Eric K were both in the chat when we were playing Fortnite or playing Titanfall. So we have I got a mod room. I'm not used to it. You're usually here without me telling them. So we'll be all right though. We'll get it. Jay can link it because he should have that link right there, or at least you can find it. But as
soon as I clicked off, but
there's Steph. Steph is here. Steph's got it.
There we go.
Steph's got it. Yeah. So anyway, Jay, let's talk about the Disney disaster going on and all the nonsense. I want you to tell everybody what's going on with Disney and Universal and everything in the world that you follow.
So we do know that the governor of Florida, when Disney decided that they wanted to get into politics back with Bob Chapek, the governor of Florida was like, DeSantis was like, if you want to get involved in politics, then we're going to get involved in Disney business. And of course, Bob Chapek or Chapstick or whatever you want to call him at the time, he was just like, what? Like, we're Disney. You can't do anything to us. Well, Florida decided to dissolve their special district, their special tax district, and it was taken over. So they lost a lot of privileges. Disney has to pay more money, and hopefully, maybe things will work out, or hopefully not for the state of Florida. But I think Florida is definitely on the winning side of that, which all these legal analysts that we follow has suggested that Florida will benefit on this and Disney has lost. Well, it was just yesterday that Florida decided, if you could share my screen, They decided to give Universal a special district for their up-and-coming Epic-verse theme park. Universal, who did not get involved in politics, who did not say anything, didn't push the state or anything else, they decided to grant Universal a special district.
Hell
and this
yeah.
is to help them fund a new train system that's going to be the new Brightline train system is going to take people right in front of Universal once it gets done. So you can see here, Reedy Creek was the other district that was run by Disney that was dissolved, and the state put their own people in to kind of run some of the affairs of Disney. And then they ended up voting all unanimously to give one to Universal. I think that's freaking hilarious. Some people might be like, well, that's not fair. Listen, they were warned, like, don't get involved in politics. You're a theme park place. We give you special privilege beyond other theme parks. Like, don't screw this up for yourselves. And they kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And they found out. They found out really quick. Well, what that's going to do is it's going to open the door. Listen to me. It's going to open things up so that the like I said earlier, the Brightline system that they're building here in Florida, it's now open from Orlando Airport. You can get on the train if you fly into Orlando and take a 3-hour train ride all the way down to Miami. It has several stops along the way. West Palm, I believe, one. The train's going to be built all through the state of Florida. So if you fly into any airport and do some business, you can hop on the train and be let out right in front of Universal, or go up to Orlando and hang out there, or go to Tampa. And I believe, and if someone has a little bit more info on this, I do think they're going to try to make it all the way up to St. Augustine. So it's going to be a new system to get people around the state of Florida and see the different parts as far as beaches, things like that, and theme parks all over. It's a great thing. Now, when Brightline first started building in Orlando, we talked about this many times before. They went to Disney and said, hey, could you help us out with some money and maybe some land so we could drop people off right there at Disney Springs, from the airport, since Disney got rid of their shuttle. They had a magic bus and all that stuff. They got rid of all that stuff. And Disney said, hey, we're Disney. Yeah, you should spend the money and build it yourself, because that will bring you more money. Well, they were like, well, that's not how it works. And Universal was like, hey, we're Universal. Here's hundreds of millions of dollars, all the land that you want. Please build the station right in front of our parks and drop people off. And they said, okay. Now, since the regime change from Chapek to Iger has reached out to them and said, hey, we made a little mistake there about your train system. What can we do to kind of get a little drop off close by to our park? So apparently they're working that out. But yeah, it's just been the pride comes before the fall, is all I'm saying. And now, on top of all this, Disney announces today, it's like beautiful, perfect timing. I don't understand why they do this. But they're desperate for some money, because they just announced, you can share my screen, that the theme park tickets are going up 6 to 7% effective Wednesday. So if you look at this here, so they have different tiers. This is for the California park, tier 0 to tier 6. What this means is they decide how much the ticket is when they think it's going to be busy.
Oh, my goodness.
The weekends are like tier 6, like they're going up $20, right? So it's going to cost you about $200. Plus, they increase their parking to $30 to park. And some are saying that in the California, it's going to even be jacked up a little bit higher. So it's over $200 just to go to just for one day over there in California. And these are some of the price hikes for like the Park Hopper add-on, like it's $15 more. You can see it, everything is going way up. So on top of like losing a special district or Universal gaining them and all this stuff going on, they decided to, hey, we're going to jack up the prices effective immediately, everyone, just so y'all know.
Wow.
Like, why would they do this right now? But that's insane.
Terrible optics.
It's not that much here in Orlando, but they are going to be raising the prices here in Orlando as well. They're already increasing the parking. So thank God.
What are the day prices here in Orlando right now?
It's like this. It averages like so. It all depends on the day that you go. I think the most expensive is $179. So it's like these, like the old ticket prices. So they're around the same. And so if they feel like a holiday weekend, this weekend, the Columbus Day weekend, the prices were higher. So on slower days where they don't expect a lot of traffic, they're going to be lower. So it varies. It bounces up and down. So that I mean, a lot of theme parks do that, but they don't charge this much. So it's they're definitely pricing out certain people, that can't afford, that won't be able to afford to go. And it just looks like Universal is starting to reap the benefits of all this stuff, and they're just taking it all in. People won't understand that the train system is going to be massive for them when it's finally all said and done. And
when is this supposed to be
open.
done? When is the train system supposed to be
Well, like
done?
I say, it just opened. There's one route now. It's the east, like on the east side of Florida. That's open. I think the train to go to Universal they'll try to match it when Epic Verse opens in another year and a half.
Epic Universe.
Epic Universe, yeah, when it opens. So hopefully it'll all be done. So basically you could catch a flight to Orlando. The train, it's a listen, the train station, well, at least it is today. It's beautiful. I was watching videos. I would love to just go there and take a ride. Like the seats are for big people like me. They're nice. You get food. It takes you through a beautiful route. So you could get off the plane in Orlando, just literally walk to the train station with all your stuff. They take care of it for you and then drop you off right in front of the hotels there at Universal. It just seems like a win-win for whoever wants to travel here. So we're going to watch it and see. But the special district announcement was, I didn't think they would ever, like Florida, like since they took it away from Disney, I didn't think they would give it to anybody else. Like I just didn't think that. I thought that would just be completely off the table, but apparently not.
Well, what a lot of people don't understand about it that aren't here or don't follow it, like Disney's basically for the last several decades been able to basically write whatever deals that they've wanted.
Yeah, so just think about their own little country. Like in short, it was like their property was their own little country. They had to take care of it with their own police and fire, and they had to take care of the roads and do whatever. But yeah, you didn't have to go to the state for like permit approval or inspections or stuff like that. They just had to take care of.
Yeah,
they did that all themselves. So it was a special thing that Florida gave them years ago because they knew they were bringing in a lot of jobs. They were taking care of a lot of land and stuff like that, and they don't have it no more.
No.
So.
It is crazy how much the theme parks make. I mean, like Universal's prices are just as crazy as Disney's, but the difference to me is like again, I have not been to Disney much in the last few years. I've been a few times, for park hopping and stuff like that. But like, if you just go on a normal day, it's so schedule oriented. Like you have to I've got to be at this right at this time. I got to eat here at this time. I got to be here at this time. I hate how structured and
it's all like
you have
to run it through the app, so it's like they tell you when to go on the ride. This is some of the concept art that they plan on building. Like, this is the train station where a bus will pick you up and take you to whatever resort you're staying at Universal. So Orlando's Right Rail, and this was all because of the special tax district that they were just approved on, that they can go ahead and get this thing done. Basically, they want them to hurry up and build it, so they don't have to go through a lot of red tape. So in short, but that's going to be pretty awesome. And then where MegaCon is held, this is supposed to be like in walking distance from what I've been reading. So like if people are traveling and they're going to MegaCon, it's like it's right there. Everything is like right there. They have set themselves up to take over in Orlando. Are
you saying Universal is takeover?
Universal, yeah. They've set themselves up for it. If anything, we'll see if hopefully they stay the course, and we'll find out. But it's pretty wild to be like number one for all those years, and just let it completely trickle just out of your finger. Like you had the world right here, and it just just like the sands of time.
Yep.
Trickling out. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
Some would say absolutely amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
Weird Man Productions gifted a Geeks and Gamers membership. Thank you. Chikara says Gifty with a Y is wrong. Gifty with the IE for Max Gay. Thank you. This cost 2 says Boopy Dipstick rules, you haters. Okay. Was that a comment from last night? Man, there's so many memes that are happening. I can't keep up. I really can't. The last night was Tuesday night's main event was off the chain last night. It was so good. As is Wonky Eyebrow says, Jay, open the door for Disney already. Hurry up.
I don't have to do it. They doing it themselves.
And you got people in the chat asking for gifties. I mean, Alec Baldwin's finger dropped a 50 bomb yesterday on Daily, okay? And we had a 50 bomb dropped on main event last night. So the G&G chat is a very giving chat, Critic 19 Adams says, I saw the special district news on Legal Mindset this morning. It was a better good morning than a cup of coffee. Bye Disney.
I mean, the truth is, like, honestly, they are literally gonna have to, like, eventually they're gonna raise the ticket prices. So they're literally gonna push out a section of the people that might have wanted to go, but now they're not gonna go because of cost. While these other theme parks, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, Universal, Legoland, that are all here, will start to reap the benefits of that. And eventually they're going to have to sit down and just discuss, like, something's not working. We're going to have to change things. They've closed down we talk about the Starcruiser, but I don't think people understand the investment that these people made, that they really believe that Starcruiser was the future of some of they were going to build 4 of those things around the world because they thought it was just the greatest thing ever. And they patted themselves on the back. This will not fail. They literally built the Titanic, and then they were going to do others as well. They were supposed to do one with a Marvel theme. And they had all these plans. And this was going to make them tons of money. And it died. They shut the doors. They didn't even retheme it. They didn't even think about it. They knew that thing was such a disaster. They just locked it up. And that was it. And now you got people boo-hooing on some special group. And like I said last night on Tuesday night's main event, we were there for the closure at Galaxy's Edge, me and Tom, and we went through the stores. These people don't even understand that their merchandise is outdated in their theme parks. I was holding it up. I showed the clip on my live stream. I was like, look at this right here. Like, it all has like, hey, happy 2022, a year old stuff. And as I told you later, like when Valiant Renegade came on, all that stuff was magically removed. It was pretty wild. It's like, how do you not have one person look at that and say, hey, this is outdated. Why do we even have this here? It's just that's how they're running the company right now. It's crazy. It's really freaking crazy.
Man. It really is. And let them keep doing it, man. Let them.
Yeah, it's like if that's how change happens, then it's gonna have to go deeper and deeper. It's just it's freaking crazy.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, look at there. We can highlight this now. GJJ gifted 10.
Holy crap, look at that.
Memberships. Now we can highlight the gifted memberships when they happen. That's a welcome change for StreamYard. Good job, StreamYard. And thank you, GJJ, for 10 more gifties.
Dude's awesome. Supporter of a lot of channels, G&G.
We got all these new members rolling in. Bob Slayer, new member. The Grizzly is a new member. Mr. Parker gifted a Geeks and Gamers membership. Tomac for 50.
Hey.
Says if you guys want some more 80s feels, you might want to look at 13 Sentinels, Aegis, or is it Aegis or Aegis Rim? Is that on Switch? I think there's a version of that on Switch. That game seems to be a love letter to Western sci-fi. And yes, I am bringing that up because of Vanillaware. I'm a Vanillaware shill. I think that's on Switch, if I'm not mistaken. They probably re-released it on there, but I'll have to check that out. Because that sounds good, especially if it's on Switch. Tobias Nexus, Disney lost a furry crowd. People who spend thousands on good quality art, suits, etc. Now they depend on woke morons who don't buy anything. Absolutely 100%. And I agree with you. The Real Smile Bit dropping 10 gifted memberships.
It's his fault for Tuesday night's main event. That's all.
It is.
Maybe wear that bear costume. Itchy. It's itchy all night.
Oh man, what's up, The Real Smile Bit? Hope you're doing well, brother. Appreciate you. Man, 10 more. There's a lot of gifties being dropped. There's a lot of gifties.
And speaking of Tuesday night's main event, it is available on Spotify and Apple podcast. Geeks and Gamers Network is now on Spotify and Apple. If you listen to those things, we upload the dailies into Tuesday night's main event. We will have special interviews and things that are going to go on there. So if you follow people on podcasts, just give us a follow. How about a review? It'd be awesome. Trying to build that up over there. So go check it out if that's something that you have on your cell phone or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Jay,
awesome stuff over there.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Jay for getting that set up. Jay, I have a question for you because you shared that this morning. Can you explain this to me? Can you explain the story to me, please? Right here. So Jada Pinkett Smith reveals that she and Will Smith have been separated for 7 years. What?
Dude, I don't know what kind of stuff they're smoking or mushrooms they're eating, but these people live in like...
This is so weird, bro.
These people live in like a crazy, like, I don't know. They just...
It doesn't make sense.
I don't know what do you say? It's just like...
You've been separated, but yet you made the man go on stage and slap Chris Rock for calling you G.I. Jane.
Will Smith used to be something special, man. Parents just don't understand. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was the show to watch.
I don't know if people understand, like, Will Smith was the biggest movie star on the planet.
He was up there with Tom Cruise.
He was bigger than Tom Cruise at his peak in terms of like all time. Tom Cruise is the biggest movie star of all time, at least in our lifetimes.
Yeah.
But like Independence Day, you know, Wild Wild West, even though I know that didn't perform overly huge, but like it still was a huge hit. I mean, this dude was just knocking bangers out like crazy. And I mean, he was the biggest star on the planet. Not only that, you had Men in Black, but then you had the music side of things.
Yeah.
Like Will Smith was legendary back in the day. And now it's just like he is a shell of himself. And yeah, this was a wild story when I heard this. I'm like, wait a minute, what? This makes no sense.
Sorry. Chris Benoit for 2. Will, give me a call. I'll take care of it. Yeah, anyway, I kind of surprised Jeremy with that. Will Smith, man. Like, it's one woman came in and put something in his mind, man. I don't know what it is. I've never seen like you see people fall, you know, they get wrapped up in like, you know, substance abuse and stuff like that, and they stumble like Robert Downey Jr. You know, he was rising, he got messed up in things, but then he made a comeback.
Yeah, Will
Smith like was launched in a rocket, and we haven't seen him in some time.
Yeah,
so like, how do you go on a talk show with your, I guess, separated wife and have her look at you in the face on TV and say, "Yeah, I've been sleeping with my son's friend," and just tell him just because you want to see his first reactions like on a television show? You're Will Smith.
Hollywood people are twisted and fucked up, dude. Like Hollywood people are, it's a weird place.
Go back to West Philadelphia, man. Play some basketball. Get beat up on the corner or something, man. Do something.
Jeez,
what the freak, bro?
I don't understand it. This dude slapped another man on national TV. One of the most viral internet moments we've ever seen, all for somebody that he apparently wasn't even with. What? This makes no sense. But hey, it is what it is, man. You do your thing, Will Smith. Do your thing. It's a strange story. It's a very strange story.
If I was him and she had if I was him and she had dirt on me or whatever, like Will Smith's in his 50s now, I would just turn on a live stream and just let it all out. Just get it all out on the table. Yeah, I did this. This was wrong. I need to change. I just want to save my life before it's over. I'm just getting it all out. So she has nothing to hold over me or whatever. But Jada, Tupac didn't Jada date Tupac at one point?
She was in love with Tupac, dude. She was madly in love with Tupac.
They never really dated, but I guess they
I'm sure she was madly in love with Tupac. And I think she's like, maybe, you know what? I'm pretty sure what happened was Jada heard those new AI Tupac rap songs, and she's thinking he is alive. And so she's like, oh, man. But,
speaking of being slapped.
Hey, listen, I'm a huge Tupac fan. Okay. Huge Tupac fan. Hit him up,
change the game.
So what I'm about to say is meant with love and respect, because I'm a huge fan of Pac. But it looks like Tupac truly did dodge a bullet by not hooking up with Jada. So,
bro,
dude, Tupac died a hero, a legend. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah,
Jada would have ruined Tupac, bro.
Yeah,
Jada would have ruined him.
Speaking of being slapped. Daredevil hits the reset button as Marvel overhauls its TV business. Now, I have to apologize. I've been looking for a new pair of shoes. I've been looking at these Airbirds because you don't have to wear socks and they're waterproof, because that's what I like in Florida. So you're going to see a lot of commercial advertisements. So I just want to apologize. Somebody wants to buy me a pair. I'm size 13. Anyway, launched during the pandemic. This is another Disney thing with a playbook to shoot 150 million plus seasons with no pilots. The Disney unit is undergoing growing pains and seeing the logic of traditional TV culture. So they decided to look at the series. My God, they're everywhere. Look at these Airbird ads. Like, what? They really want me to buy their shoes. Sorry. It didn't take long to see the problem after Marvel Studios' Daredevil Born Again paused production mid-June during the writer's strike. What happened? Just laughing at the commercials.
I'm laughing because you said no socks, and now the chat's roasting you.
Well, it's in Florida. Look at all the Airbirds really want me to buy their shoes. They're like everywhere.
Sweaty feet, Jay.
No, man, like they sell shoes that you don't have to. You can wear socks, but you don't have to.
For our Spotify listeners, we're looking at
Airbird shoes. There's a free commercial for you. I haven't bought them yet, but everyone, no socks sound awful. Listen, I do wear socks, but sometimes you just want to go without. It's like wearing flip-flops
or
slides.
Swamp foot.
I can't win. Speaking of no socks, fewer than half of the series' 18 episodes have been shot, but it was enough for Marvel executives, including Chief Kevin Feige, to review the footage to come away with a clear-eyed assessment. The show wasn't working. Well, you literally could probably say that about all your shows.
That is true.
Just recently.
That is very true.
Oh my God, forget. Everybody wants to talk. You want me to talk about my feet? You want that to be a topic discussion, chat? It's not gay to wear shoes without socks. Is it? Anyway, Marvel quietly let go of head writers Chris and Matt. They also released the directors for the remaining of the season as part of a significant creative reboot of the series. The Hollywood Reporter has learned the studio is now on the hunt for new writers and directors for the project, which stars Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock.
Jay has ruined this whole time.
Yeah, this segment's done. All right, can someone go to the Airbirds site and pick me out a beautiful pair, and I'm size 13, and send them to my... I'll wear them. I'll put them on live for you. If that's what the people want, that's what they're going to get. Anyway, for whatever. They spend millions of dollars on Daredevil. It's gone. And now they're looking to hire new writers. Is this a change for the future, Jeremy? Take it away.
It was so unnecessary. for him to even bring it up. He's like, oh, there's going to be some shoes on here. I don't wear socks. It gets real hot and sweaty. Anyway, let's talk about Daredevil.
All I'm saying is, like, because when I pulled the article up, I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Like, all these ads for Airbur, like, they're everywhere on this article. And I was like, dang, that's my fault, because I was looking for. So I didn't want people to. I tried to get ahead of the curb and tell people, yeah, that was me, because then people, like, sometimes you pull up these articles like underwear ads, and people are like, he's looking for Depends. So I was trying to get ahead of it all, and it backfired right in my face.
Only Jay. All right, we got Miss
You didn't even
Minnesota.
Answer the
what?
I said, do you think this is a change? You don't even care.
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters at all. Miss Minnesota hockey fan gifted a Geeks and Gamers membership. Thank you, Borg Porg. I just got a job at Universal Studios Hollywood and go to Nintendo World on my days off and add coins to my Power Band weekly. Can't wait to go to Orlando in a few years when Nintendo World opens there. Man, Nintendo World is really, really cool in Hollywood, Universal Studios Hollywood. It's really cool, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to be able to do here, because they're going to have more land, they're going to have more attractions, and it's just going to feel more immersive. So I really, really can't wait. Universal Studios Orlando is kind of like, man, that escalator, man, and how it's kind of like on a cliff is kind of crazy. Isn't that like the world's biggest escalator?
Yeah, at Hollywood, that was
That
to me, that was a lot of fun riding it. But people are like, if you live here, you get sick of it after a while.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably do.
On crowded days, it's just like tons of people.
Yeah, but I liked kind of the location of Universal Hollywood. It's definitely a lot smaller than here in Orlando. City Walk was pretty cool at Universal Hollywood for sure. I overall prefer Orlando more, but I did like how it was kind of on that elevation and everything. That was kind of cool. So
it was neat to stop halfway and kind of when you don't see mountains, you look down and you see. God, the chat is just killing me right now. So let's.
Yeah.
Seeing mountains is fun.
Fictitious Dave Savage says Disney built their Titanic, then built their iceberg right after, completely self-inflicted. Weird Man Productions. 100%. We used to do family trips yearly to Disney World until they went evil. Now we do Universal. We'll be back in February. Can't wait to see the changes over the next few years. Yeah, man. I mean, I've always been a massive fan of Walt Disney World, and I still am in a lot of ways. But Disney has tainted their brand for me. It doesn't feel the same at all. And again, I haven't really been consistently in years. But when I'm just going for just where do I want to go to hang out, I pick Universal now. And that 5 years ago, 6 years ago, that was not the case. I never saw myself just like going, oh, if I could go to a theme park, where would I go? I'm going to go to Disney. That's what I would have done 5, 6, 7 years ago, whatever. Now it's like, I always go to Universal. Their valet parking, because you're annual pass holder, is really nice, that you can go do that. But yeah, overall, I just choose Universal now. I'd rather be there.
They just make it so much easier. And that's what we've been trying to tell Disney, that you're making it difficult for average people to go, because if you don't use the app, then you can't get in. You have to make a reservation on the app with your ticket on the day that you want to go. And if you don't do that, they will turn you away when you show up. So it's like, why do that? Universal's like, you don't need all that stuff. Just come over here. So it's they've just made it easier for the consumer to show up and do something with their family. And they're adding, and they know, like Universal knows, they shut down a lot of things, and they're building up like a Minions area for, a younger crowd. So that's like, because Universal was always looked at as, like the little kids go to Disney, but the older kids go to Universal. And now they're trying to tap into that, into that as well by making, they just opened up a new ride. I don't really care for it, I'll be honest with you, but it's new and everyone can be a part of it, where you just stand on a conveyor belt and you get a gun, and they're just trying to do things that incorporate family. like the families can do all this together.
Yeah.
So it's not like a kiddie ride just for kids. It's for mom and dad and Billy and Susie to get on the ride together and do it together. So
yep. Darth Maul's lower half says, Jay, have you heard about the vlogger banned at Walt Disney World?
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday and last night on Tuesday night's main event. They were just being disruptive and being rude to a lot of people around them, so they were asked to leave. Also, they were using like expensive cameras that
it was Sneeko and Neon. This is kind of the crew that runs with Aiden Ross, and I do like these guys. Like, I have nothing against these guys. I mean, I'm not like, I think Neon's entertaining as hell. And again, this is not Clownfish TV for all those that keep asking it when we bring this up. No, Neon is this kid that runs with Aiden Ross and Sneeko. And I was watching it live when it happened because Sneeko, it was on the front page of Rumble so I saw it. And I told Krista, I was like, they are going to get kicked out. And they 100% did get kicked out and banned. So yeah. There you go. Amenti says Marlon Wayans was an amazing stand-up routine talking about his relationship with Jada, Will, and has an amazing stand-up routine talking about his relationship with Jada, Will, and Chris Rock. Yeah, I like Marlon Wayans. I think I've heard that. I think I've heard that stand-up you're talking about. Darian Murphy says that's the problem with having an unsuitable woman in your life. Another L for Will Smith. Michael King says Jada is to Will as to what Yoko Ono was to John and the downfall of the Beatles. Jay's Fat Cankle says, I can confirm Jay hates socks.
I got no cankles, man. I do it. My legs are in great shape.
Taker says,
I do wear socks. I'm just saying, like, there are shoes. Hold on. There are shoes you could buy that are sock free. And those are nice to have. That's all. And Airbirds is one of them. I'm just looking at. I haven't bought them yet.
Away. This is never.
The whole chat's talking about it. God darn it! They're calling me JS Sweaty Kanks. What is that?
Taker for 5 says, Jeremy, if you love Tupac so much, why not write Florida Panhandle Love? Florida Panhandle Love knows how to party. Florida Panhandle knows how to party. California Love, man. I would say that might be his most commercially successful song. Maybe. What do you think? Or Dear Mama. Dear Mama's up there too. California Love and Dear Mama are probably his two most commercially successful songs.
When he got with Dre, they did some magic.
Mm-hmm.
So
2 of America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Him
and that was Snoop. And all that Death Row Records, all that stuff. He just was like, he was in prison and Death Row just were like, you come over here, you get right into the studio. He like the day he left, he just was filled with whatever it was, man. He just had to get it out. And so he wrote a lot of bangers. Yeah, he did Hit 'Em Up right there. That was like one of the
Hit 'Em Up is probably his most infamous song. And I Get Around, Brenda's Got a Baby, Keep Your Head Up.
That was the early days.
Those were the early days of Tupac. So anyway, let's see. Aminti says Marlon Wayans has a hilarious stand-up. Hang on. No, it's another one. She sent 2.
Sorry.
So Marlon Wayans has a hilarious stand-up routine about his relationship with Jada, Will, and Chris Rock. Not sure if my super chant went through, LOL. Well, it did. So you sent twice. So I'm okay with that, Aminti. I'm okay with that. Quatrina VR says Jay isn't invited on FNT because of his foot stank.
I'm sure there's other reasons.
Jay is a walking meme.
My feet don't stink. Trust me. Ask anybody that knows me.
They kind of do.
No, they don't. It smells nice. I have like, you put spray down there.
Let's talk about the Justice League, Jay, because it is being reported that no, that's not the one I meant to bring in. It's being reported that James Gunn is not bringing back anyone from the Justice League right here. Yeah. None of the Justice League stars will reprise their roles. in James Gunn's DCU. Now we did get this where Jason Momoa may return, just not as Aquaman. He's in talks to play as Lobo. Either in Superman Legacy or in a standalone film. That is all from Variety. Now, James Gunn has had a history of debunking a lot of stories that have been floating around on Twitter or social media. He has not responded to this story at all. I personally think this is a good move for the DC EU, even though I do like a lot of the casting. Like I think Gal Gadot is fantastic as Wonder Woman. I don't think Jason Momoa is a great Aquaman by the standard of the comic, but his Aquaman was really good, especially in the first one. Obviously Henry Cavill's no longer Superman. We know that. Ben Affleck not returning as Batman. I know that'll upset some people. Doesn't really bother me that much, even though I love Ben Affleck. And then, of course, you can get rid of Cyborg and Flash. Nobody gives a damn about them. So I think this overall is probably the best move that you could possibly make. It's going to upset a lot of people. But what would upset people even more is if you kept any of these characters and you didn't bring Henry Cavill back. That's what would really piss people off. So at least you're doing at least you're wiping the whole slate clean. And recasting, I don't hate that idea either. I don't hate the idea of recasting Jason Momoa. So what do you think about this, Jay? What's your take on it?
They just need to come. Yeah. DCEU has been a mess for some time. And with these early announcements with James Gunn, they've totally killed their box office from these projects. Like Aquaman 2, I don't know if that's going to be worse than Blue Beetle, because like people actually said Blue Beetle wasn't terrible, but nobody cares because it's not part of the story. These were films that they put together and they know that they're doing a massive reboot. So it's like, whatever. Why bother? Why even go see it? It's not going to be part of the bigger picture. They're going to start over. So who cares? The last one of this franchise with these people is Aquaman 2. And that, who knows if anybody's even going to care to see that. They're just like, just release it, be done with it, and we're moving forward. But did you hear this? Did you hear this? This I don't know how this would work whenever you're ready to share my screen. According to Variety, some on the lot believe that Universal will very likely buy Warner Brothers within the next 2 years. Now, with that, a lot of people are saying there's no way that can happen. They don't have the money. Comcast doesn't have the money for all this. But if it did, does that change the game? Universal Studios does have the Harry Potter franchise. It's already connected to it. Like, I'm just looking at a theme park perspective. It would be cool to bring in a DC, Superman, Batman, Flash, like into like theme parks and stuff and get rid of the Marvel that's just going downhill. I don't know, man. Like that would be, you just wonder if a merge like this happens, do they say, we're going to start all over? So are we going to go through all that again if it happens?
I mean, I would. Warner Brothers is bleeding money right now. They've been bleeding money for a long time. So they're really bad shape. And yeah, I mean, Universal coming in, like, man, it's gonna get to the point where it's just Disney versus Universal.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Comcast versus Disney. It seems that way. People are saying in the chat that they will have Hulu money by then to make the purchase. I didn't even think about that. So if Universal sells off Hulu, then they could just say, all right, let's get Warner Brothers next. But yeah, they're bleeding money over there. And I don't know if James Gunn is the savior of Warner Brothers, but man, that'd be quite the purchase.
I mean, I am a fan of James Gunn in terms of his his Marvel stuff. I think all three Guardians movies are phenomenal, and I like Guardians 2 more than most people do because I know that's the one that most people are down on. I love all three of those movies. He wrote what's the fucking evil soup? Brightburn. He wrote Brightburn. Yeah. I loved Brightburn. I thought Brightburn was fantastic. I think he wrote the Dawn of the Dead movie that Zack Snyder directed that I like as well. With all that said, while I like James Gunn, I just don't see him as the savior of DC. I just don't. But I hope I'm wrong because I mean I want a good Superman movie, so we'll see what he's able to produce. But And I don't know, man. I don't know if I could see Universal actually buying WB. It would be interesting if it happened for sure, and you would kind of wonder how that would affect the theme parks.
A lot of people said Disney. There's no way Disney would get Fox. And
that's true.
And they got that. Put them in a ton of debt, but they ended up getting Fox. And the only thing they got out of Fox was Avatar. So, I mean, they got X-Men and stuff. The only thing that they've used from Fox that I can remember that somebody correct me, was like the Avatar franchise was pretty big for them. But
yeah,
that was all. But overall, Fox.
Overall, man, it's Warner Brothers is not in a good spot. They're not in a good spot at all. And if they're ever going to be purchased, probably now or over the next year or two is probably a crucial time for them. So if it was ever going to happen, this will probably be the time. So I guess we will see. That's interesting. I had not heard that yet. I had not heard that.
Yeah.
So
just like little whispers, but like, again, if it came from like comicbook.com, that's one thing, but coming from Variety has a little bit more weight to it. So
yeah, I mean,
in my opinion. So
no, I agree with you. So I guess we will see what happens there. Interesting stuff for sure. We got Jay's saggy orangutan titties. Jay knows all about that athlete's foot.
Never had it.
Tobias,
not an athlete.
Nexus says, just got the Rumble starting notification at 8:40. 8:40 for you.
Yeah.
So that was 16 minutes ago, probably. That's bad. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let Rumble know. I'm sure they already are aware of it, but that's a big problem they got to fix. Ryan's weird rabbit hole just started a Twitter thread for Jay's shoes. Slagless says, at least we never see Jay wear socks with sandals.
Yeah, never do that.
Joe Bob Purdue for the $1. Thank you. Slagless says, the big question is, who will Nathan Fillion play? Yeah.
I have no idea.
James Gunn will always put him in something. Vault 95 Survivor on Rumble. If you want the 80s vibe, you got to watch King Fury. You will learn a lot. You will learn to not hassle the Hoff. Vault 95 also says Twitter is one of the greatest things to ever happen. We all got to see who Hollywood actors truly are instead of having a glorified false vision of how wonderful they are. I agree with you on that. Vault 95 Survivor says the last Will Smith movie I saw was Gemini Man. I was so excited for it, and it had cool elements, but just enough leftist BS was sprinkled in that it ruined the movie. What a disappointment. Darian Murphy says for $9.99 says, dude, Jay's so funny. Some Jay lore that still makes me laugh. Someone put in the chat, probably someone put in the chat, Jay eats the poo-poo, and Jay goes, man, I don't eat the poo-poo.
I don't eat no poo-poo.
Spider Claw says for 5 says that's where we disagree, Jeremy. Gal was not a good casting choice for Wonder Woman. Cavill was the only good choice. Yeah, I was very much against Wonder Woman in terms of the movie and the casting. I thought Gal Gadot was a terrible choice before the movie came out. And I was pleasantly surprised with that first Wonder Woman movie. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Second one, not so much, but the first one I thought was awesome, and I thought that she definitely,
Jeremy,
did a good job.
Before you continue, can you just share a few thoughts about Bob Iger? Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay.
It appears a new article was written that he is overwhelmed and exhausted.
Oh,
during company slump. The guy makes what, $100 million a year. He's probably sitting on a.
I am so sorry.
He's
Bob.
Exhausted. Okay, guys, give Disney a break.
Poor Bob. Guys, can we offer Bob some support? Can we send all of your super chats to G&G for support of Bob? Yeah. It's just like the whole thing with Neil Druckmann. I guess he's getting attacked for standing with Israel, and I'm like, you're not going to hear me sympathize with Neil Druckmann.
F's in the chat for Bob Iger, please.
Yeah, F's in the Bob for F's in the chat for
F
Bob.
in the Bob? What, Jeremy? Wake up!
Wake up. Wake up. Or I could say F Bob. Fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Bob Iger, piece of shit. Yeah, he'll probably play the fake victim. He'll probably start calling people racist and sexist. F in the Bob.
Oh my goodness. All right. Sorry, I know we were talking about Disney. This just broke.
Uh-oh.
It might not be a big deal, but it's a big deal for people over there. Thousands of price increases on food, drinks, and snacks too.
Dude.
Holy crap, man.
They're getting desperate. They are getting desperate now. Disney is in
that's
very bad shape.
crazy.
Yeah. They're in desperation mode now.
Wow.
You don't man, this is bad for them. So you don't go through like that if you're not desperate.
Price increase will start at $1 and
I will say though,
$2 more on certain items. $2 more.
Hang on though. I will say though, to be as objective as possible, this could be because of Biden's America. Inflation and food costs are through the fucking roof right now, man. Like, it is bad. It is crazy how much the cost of goods has gone to. So that has to be noted in this. So I don't want to just throw Disney under the bus just for the sake of throwing them under the bus. This could be because of
all I'm saying is I'm waiting for the Universal and SeaWorld announcement if they're raising prices on their food. So it's like so far they haven't said anything.
Yeah.
So if they do and it's all around the board, okay, that's one thing. If it's just Disney and no one else,
that
just needs to be noted. That's all I'm saying.
Jeez, man, everything's screwed today. Everything's horrible. And we do have Cobra Cast, and I'll be talking a lot about that tonight over on Cobra Cast. But
Bob is exhausted.
Bob is exhausted. It's wild. What's up, Meme TV? Meme TV's in the house.
Yeah.
Good and yeah, so we'll have Cobra Cast tonight over on my D-Day Cobra channel. And then after that, we're playing Titanfall 2 here on the main Geeks and Gamers channel. Also, I hope you guys enjoyed the small little edit that we put together for the Bungie story. I've got a fully edited video coming out on the whole Director X Robin in the Hood situation that should be releasing tomorrow. Looking forward to that. And of course, Halo Master Chief Collection tomorrow with our members. So that'll be a lot of fun. Where are we at? Spider Claw, we got that one. Spider Claw says, I agree the movie was good, but she's not Wonder Woman. Fair enough. Fair take. Audrey says, gone F them Bobs. Meme TV for Bob. Mother effer cost me a job last year. LOL. Yeah. We don't like Bob Iger around here. What's up,
He's
Meme
exhausted.
TV?
He's exhausted.
Saker says, Jeremy, would you say that Tupac left Hollywood because he did go to Vegas? Should have stayed in Hollywood. Is Pensacola the west side of Florida? Yes, it is actually. It's on the west side of Florida. So there you go, Taker. You're already. We may have to write a song now. Effing the Bob right there. Look at this. Effing the Bob. Already made an account. What is this profile picture?
It's somebody holding a big toe. I think that's epic. I want to hold a big toe with no socks.
Oh man, good stuff. All right, so that's it for another episode of Geeks Gamers Daily. Shout out to Jay Hailstorm for the background that we have. It looks really good. And yeah, so Jay, what do you got going on, buddy?
So tonight I think I will be with a few people at Halloween Horror Nights for Park Hopping. We'll be doing that, and then tomorrow be on High Tea. But also, if you don't know, I run a History of Pirates channel. Go check that out. Trying to get to 10,000 subscribers now, and it's just moving over there. I really love it. What we're doing over there, it's pretty awesome. So, and also, if you missed the show and you want to listen to it again, go check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Give us a follow, give us a rating, and appreciate all the people that are already over there now. It's pretty awesome.
The ratings do help because our haters are definitely coming after us.
Oh yeah, they're already
give us those ratings. They're already there. So is what it is. Eric K says, you hear things here first, everyone. Jeremy wants to F Bob. Tune in every day for breaking news. And Laura Lynn Lance says, hi, Jay Bear. Morning smooches. Hi, Jeremy. Look at there, Jay. Look at there.
Feeling the love. Go buy me some shoes. Anyone.
All right. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tonight for Cobra Cast and then for Titanfall 2. Jay, thank you for making everybody laugh, buddy.
Yeah.
Just get some socks, Jay. Just get some socks.
All right. I'll work on it.
All right. Have a good day, everybody. F in the Bob says size 199 shoe. All right. That's good right there. That's good. All right. Bye, everyone. Talk to you later. Shout out to the 199. Thank you for all the gifted memberships. Love you guys. Bye.